What was meant to be a subtle product drop for Meghan Markle's so-called elite lifestyle brand turned into an unfiltered roast on national television, one that left her reputation swirling down the drain like a bad glass of table wine. During a recent episode of The Late Show, guest host Jon Stewart invited Stephen Colbert to riff on some of Hollywood's latest vanity projects. And it didn't take long before Meghan Markle's newest entrepreneurial misfire, her VIP Reserve wine label, became the butt of an unrelenting segment. And here's the kicker: Meghan wasn't even on the show. She didn't need to be. Her brand was there, and it was enough to send the studio into laughter-fueled flames. Colbert, with his trademark blend of sarcasm and precision, held up a bottle of the wine flanked by an oversized price tag and a gold-embossed label that screamed desperate elitism. "Introducing VIP Reserve," Colbert said with a smirk. "Because nothing says relatable Duchess like a $90 rose you can't pronounce and probably shouldn't drink." The crowd howled, but it wasn't just a punchline, it was a mirror held up to the disconnect between Meghan Markle's self-crafted public image and the crumbling credibility that surrounds it. For years, Meghan has attempted to rebrand herself from royal outsider to Hollywood mogul, but this wine debacle may have corked what little goodwill she had left. Critics were quick to note that the wine, touted as sustainably harvested and ethically inspired, was produced by a vineyard with questionable labor practices in Napa Valley. Despite its glossy PR campaign, reports surfaced that the actual bottling was outsourced to a facility known for prioritizing speed over quality. "She's selling an illusion," one industry insider told wine enthusiasts, "not a product. And frankly, it's insulting to the real vintners out here doing the work." Even more damning, the label's claim of exclusivity is laughable. Meghan's team had pitched the wine as a limited release to members of her lifestyle platform, but records show the bottles are widely available online at a discount. VIP Reserve has been quietly rebranded by sellers desperate to offload it, some even bundling it with bath salts and scented candles in clearance bins. For a woman who champions empowerment, Meghan's business model reeks more of exploitation and rebranding old ideas with a royal ribbon. What truly grated Colbert and much of the public is the constant air of contradiction. Meghan markets herself as a victim of royal rigidity, yet peddles products drenched in the very luxury and aristocracy she supposedly escaped. Her absence from the show made it all the more telling. "She's not here tonight," Colbert quipped, probably off writing a foreword for her wine bottle. Something like, "To all the women out there who deserve a sip of sovereignty." The jabs weren't malicious, they were surgical, and they struck a nerve with audiences growing tired of the Duchess's performative activism. Behind the scenes, insiders say Meghan's PR team scrambled after the episode aired. Emails were reportedly sent to producers expressing disappointment in the tone of the segment, with veiled suggestions that such treatment wouldn't be forgotten. But what exactly is there to defend? The facts are indisputable. Overpriced wine, overstated branding, and a public figure who seems increasingly out of touch with the everyday consumer she's trying to woo. And this isn't an isolated moment, it's a pattern. Meghan's past ventures have followed similar arcs: high-profile launches, slick messaging, and quick descent into ridicule. From her Spotify podcast disaster axed after lackluster performance to her failed Netflix attempts that never moved past development hell, there's a recurring theme: Meghan Markle overpromises and underdelivers every time. The wine just happens to be the latest in a string of vanity products designed to trade on her title rather than tangible merit. Social media erupted after the episode. One user on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "Imagine having millions, a global platform, and still managing to make wine uncool." Another posted a side-by-side of Colbert's mock bottle next to Meghan's actual label with the caption, "From Duchess to drunk on PR." The online ridicule wasn't just savage, it was deserved. The real tragedy here isn't the wine. It's the erosion of authenticity. Meghan Markle once had a rare chance to shift narratives, to prove that royalty and relevance could coexist. But instead of substance, she's chosen style. Instead of connection, she's chosen curation. And now, even late-night comedians, arguably the pulse of cultural relevance, aren't pulling punches. So as Colbert corked the segment with a toast to Meghan's next rebrand, "May it age better than this wine," the message couldn't be clearer. The public isn't sipping the Kool-Aid anymore. And when satire becomes reality, it's not the hosts who are mocking her, it's the truth doing the talking. Because beneath the sleek marketing and buzzwords Meghan Markle so often hides behind lies a crumbling empire built on borrowed royalty and inflated relevance. The VIP reserve wine debacle isn't just a PR failure, it's symbolic of a broader problem. A woman obsessed with branding over authenticity, packaging over principle. Meghan's global empowerment narrative now reads more like a prepackaged slogan than a lived value, and audiences are waking up to the contradiction. Even Hollywood, once her safety net, is losing patience. Producers and brand partners are reportedly reconsidering future collaborations, citing brand fatigue and reputational risk. You can only spin the independent Duchess tale so many times before people want substance, said a source close to a luxury brand that recently backed out of a joint venture with Archetypes Inc. For Meghan, the silence from influential allies may now speak louder than her latest podcast pitch or product drop. And in the brutal court of public opinion, fueled by unfiltered comedy and cold facts, the verdict seems clear. She may have once held the crown of sympathy, but now she's wearing the cloak of delusion.